Yeah.
All right, we on decky. People was good. Roundtable on location.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? If the connection is crazy, don't mind us. We getting it right. You know what I mean? Got it.
How y'all feeling though?
Chat what it is. Roundtable Q&A, your boy Jav on campus, fresh off the clock. You dig? Sincere the Rap Snob and Dini the Balance will be on deck in the near future around 6 o'clock-ish. So bear with us. But we got some Tupac news to talk about Mace. We got some Big Gipp talk about Mace.
Man, Big Gipp to talk about. I don't think that sentence has ever been uttered on the Roundtable.
Hell nah, but when they make news, we talk about it. It's your boy Jav here alongside the homie Mace. For this Tupac segment, we wanted to bring our West Coast cousin on deck to join us. So I'm about to set BTG Baylor himself to pull up to the Roundtable right now. Let's get him on this Zoom. Tap in with us, BT Jizzle. You getting his connection right, Mace?
Oh, you getting it right real quick? My guy,
Baylor. You know how Zoom do. You need a couple seconds before you officially on deck. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Roundtable West representative.
he only coming to argue though. You know how Baylor do.
That's that classic energy, you know.
You already know the vibe.
Games,
cousin, what's going on, man?
What you mean, man? This is every day. I ain't been nothing different, man.
What's happening, man?
Nothing, man. They said I'd be doing too much on the West Coast. I said, I don't know what you're talking about. Man.
Nah, you do enough. You do enough. You do enough, bro. What's happening, bro?
Man, another day, another dollar, man. This edible kicking my ass. I ain't gonna even lie to you.
Off the rip, bro. You know what I mean? I'm digging that robe though. I need that.
Man, it's nice and warm too.
Woo-hoo.
That's pretty decent.
D'Angelo Russell with the robe, okay.
And look, man. Hey, sometimes you got to make some changes. You know?
Sometimes you got to bring the prodigal son home. You know what I mean?
He just left his cell phone at the crib this time. You know what I mean?
That's mandatory.
Nah, he had to sign the Clutch Sports NDA.
No recording in this locker room, sir.
Oh man, let's see what the chat looking like, bro. Let me see what it's hitting for. Let me turn my volume off and shit.
Up in this spot, man.
Adriel Green off the rip. Hey, super chat.
Adriel, my guy.
I'm gonna read this real quick. Riri did a 12-song set last night. Y'all should do a battle with each of you curating a 12-song set, repping the top 4 Billboard MCs: Jav, Hov, Dini, Nas, Sin K. Mace, Pac. Let the fans vote like we did for the KD draft. Shout out to that content idea, bro. We definitely gonna do that.
Bro. I'll fuck with that, Adriel.
You know what I mean?
Gonna lie. We get a lot of bad ideas, but that's a good one, man.
It's a beautiful idea. Coming soon, actually. Hudson, what's good, family? Nas the GO, what's good? Born Gifting, what's good? Happy Gore, what's good? Definitely RIP. The culture lost someone yesterday. Make sure we're talking about that in the chat. Like that loss actually meant a lot for you as far as your entry into hip hop.
Big facts, because when you know, y'all may not be able to tell by, you know, my taste in hip hop in 2023, but I was introduced to hip hop through the Native Tongues, through that whole era, Tribe, you know, all of them, you know. So True Boy dying, you know what I mean? I thought about, you know, my pops, rest in peace. That shit would have affected him in a deep way. So you know what I mean? It kind of had me yesterday. You know what I mean?
Man, it's
a
tough
legend in the game.
I know Sin's gonna have a lot more to say about that in a bit once he gets on here, because he was messed up behind that yesterday. But you know, we couldn't even properly enjoy the Super Bowl, like getting that kind of information. But rest in peace. Shout out to De La Soul. Hopefully, like they can go forward and get that
young man money.
Too. Yeah, and his family could get the whatever revenue that they can get from the streams and really build off of that in somehow, some way, because you don't want his legacy to just vanish and no one is able to benefit from the hard work that he put in.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But like I said, we'll get into that in a little bit later. But for right now, Mace, when should we start? Should we start with the new music or should we start with the Big Gipp slander?
Oh man, you know what? let's start with the music first. You know what I mean? Let's
All
start
right.
with the music why they come through. So, you know, we were speaking about it a little bit before we started, but Tupac actually has some new joints coming out. I don't know if you know Bella, you know what I mean? They coming out with a second greatest hits. Now we know the first greatest hits, Pac, is like the biggest greatest hits in rap history. Went diamond, you know, huge album dropped in 98. It's where Changes originally dropped on. It was the first album version you could get a hit 'em up, very popular greatest hits album. You know, so but it kind of leaned into his death row days.
Right.
So with this greatest hit, the second greatest hits, it's gonna hit more from the Tupacalypse era to right around Thug Life Volume 1. You know what I mean? Before, you know, before he was locked up, before he got shot. So but they also gonna have 4 new tracks from the death row era. Now you probably getting those most likely because around 2018, the estate sued Death Row for some royalties, and they won that. And so along with that, they got like a bunch of, you know, unreleased material from Pac. That sounds crazy at this point that there's still a bunch of unreleased Pac material. You know what I mean? But that's what the new greatest hits is gonna entail. You know, a couple new joints, greatest hits from his early era, Juice Days, you know what I mean? So we excited for that. And it just kind of shows like how Tupac, if you look at the streaming numbers, you look at, you know, viral shit online. We're gonna speak about it later, but even, you know, Math Hoffa then had viral Pac segments. You know, everybody done had them. It's still in 2023, so it just shows my guy is still relevant. You know, just as relevant today. You know what I mean? As you think he wouldn't be. You know what I mean? So we hype about that.
Talk to me out west, Baylor. How's the coast feeling about potentially new Pac music?
Man, shout out to Bishop, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We know what. Here's the thing, though. We all original content out here. All this new stuff that they coming out with, that's cool. But all you doing is just telling us your appreciation for Pac.
Okay.
We more stick to the classics, man. We leave it where it was. You know, even with the faults, like you want to talk about our adoption agency over here. It's at the top of the country. You know what I mean? We got the Pacs and we got the Ice-Ts, we got the Corrupts, and they adapted real quick to the Western Conference.
Right.
And that's why they will forever be considered legends in our hearts. But as a cat that's getting older, man, when I look at when they talk about the Kobes, the Jordans and the LeBrons and stuff like that, you also hear the Nas, the Jay-Z's, and the Pacs.
Right.
And we've always separated them, even with the other two being from the same backyard, in the sense. But I'm past that, man, because when you think about the records that Nas is still doing, Hov is getting nominated for just a verse nowadays.
Right.
It's sad. It's sad that we're not gonna be able to see who Pac could have grown to be, Big, who could have grown to be. And I bring up those 4 because those 4 are world-changing artists.
Right.
You know, when you mention them, they either gonna be number 1, or if they not number 1, they not too far away from it. Respectively. I don't care if Big catalog is not paused long enough, but his impact, his presence alone showed that it don't matter what, you know, how short of a time he was here, his impact was greater than a lot of these cats that's still alive. You know what I mean? So I'm burnt out on separating these GOATs. Jay-Z then showed us something that a lot of artists can't do and will never do. Nas is doing something that I haven't seen before at his age, putting out classics. And when I seen, you know, we lost Nip, and the way his funeral went, it reminded me of how Big rolled through. You know what I'm saying? And you seen all those people outside. And I said, that's love right there. Because you're not gonna get that from everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then when Pac died, I was young, I was in middle school. I didn't really understand the impact of it. But then waking up every Saturday morning, my neighbors, my essays across the street, that's all you hear. You know what I'm saying? How long will they moan me? Every morning, every Saturday morning. You know what I mean? And I just think about dog, we missing a couple of greats to go along with these two greats that we still got, and we need them.
All right, I mean, for me, I'm interested to see like where are they digging up this new music from? I know that they got the conspiracy theorists and some say that Mike Rock is not dead and he's somewhere in some country somewhere cooking up and whatever the case may be. But I'm curious to see what this music sounds like. Is it raw vocals and they're gonna like build a beat around it, or is it a completed song? Will we be able to tell? Like, I just don't understand how are they capable of finding more Pac music. Is it going to be like the Biggie duets where it's just going to be old music on new beats, or a song you've heard before on a new record, like how they did the Nasty Girl joint with the Biggie duets and all of that? You know what I mean? Like what is it going to be? Like, I'm very curious about that. Like, I think we've had like a nice long gap without like new Pac music or anything from Beyond the Grave, for lack of a better phrase. So it's just like, do we need it? I think Pac's old music has stood up over time, and there's enough Tupac fans in the culture that make sure his music stays relevant, or they still live by some of the codes that was blessed throughout those records, to where I don't think the need for new music is a necessary one. I'm curious, like, is it a money grab? Like, at this point, I don't want to pass too many opinions. Like, I guess I'd have to hear it, but it's like, who is this for? That's my favorite question when it comes to these things. Who is this for? The Greatest Hits album? I bet. I can see where you're going with that. Like, because it galvanizes people to put all their favorite songs, especially in playlist era. You put all your favorite songs together, and it kind of rings off. But these 4 new songs, I need to hear them, like, immediately. Because if it's whack or it sounds like somebody slapped together, then I'm gonna feel like it's a money grab. I'm gonna feel some type of way when it comes to this, because at a certain point, if you keep rolling out music from an artist who's passed away over 25 years ago, then at this point, to me, you're playing with that man's legacy. That's how I'm looking at it.
They've been playing with it. So look, I'm not sure how long I'm supposed to be on the show, but if you want me to talk about his albums after his first 4, you ain't got nothing coming from me, buddy. After they started playing with this man's bars and stuff like that and adding it to stuff, dog. We want
put them with G-Unit.
Yeah, that's not gonna work with me. That'll work for
my niggas screaming G-Unit on the album, bro. That's nasty, man.
No, that's for cats who still shopping at the swap meet, and that's and I'm not knocking that, but no, we need his Bible. I don't want his email. We don't have any bars after a certain amount of time. It's not going to reach nobody in this generation, for one. And for 2, we already know that you finding some bars here and there just to stick with a dope beat. That's not Pac probably wouldn't even want that.
And see, the y'all mentioning something. I've always said that the biggest, it absolutely is a money grab. Let's just get that out of the way. You know, the even with just hearing his beats in the Super Bowl Dr. Dre thing, if you notice, like he was one of the top 100 streaming artists last year. I think they just noticing the clout that they could get from it, so they just going with it. But I'll say this: the biggest money grab that they've always been missing out on is to actually, because you know I'm a little bit younger. I learned about this in after the fact. But it's known that after Pac died, the Baylor could tell you the legendary West Coast swap meets where all the Machiavelli tapes used to get released immediately after his death that did have the original lyrics and beats from Johnny J, from Daz, that whole era. So the money grab is to actually re-release all of those in a box set. Because if you think about it, just like Baylor said, they fucked up Unconditional Love, they fucked up Changes, Until the End of Time, Thug's Mansion. These are all classic Pac tracks over the original tracks. Yeah. If y'all just stop fucking around and release the joints that y'all fucked up with the beats over the original production, that's really the money grab right there. That's what we've been dying to hear. Like My Little Homies, Thugs Get Lonely Too. There's so many classic joints that you can rock to when you go to YouTube and you listen to the OG tracks. I just don't want to hear it over like Timbaland and Scott Storch from 03 and 04. You feel me?
Yeah, but Mace, it's too late for that. Like now at this point, We don't want that. We don't want that. We don't
I
want
disagree.
that.
I disagree.
If you 50,
go on.
if you 40, you 50, maybe, but nah, because who are you pitching this to? What's the market behind it? You missed that a long time ago because you kept trying to. Every album that you came out with after that played off of his death.
Right.
The resurrection.
That's true.
Come on, bro. He's no longer. Look, I'm saying this as a Pac fan. Pac is no longer Kobe. He's Kareem now. Like, we know what you did back in the day, and we salute you, but I don't know much about you.
Okay. I mean, real quick before we continue, everyone who's pulling into the chat, I see y'all, y'all live viewers. Make sure you hit the like button as you're pulling in. You press play, hit like. Already know. YouTube been playing around with us, as we've seen a couple people in the chat already say that they weren't even notified that we were live. I know how YouTube plays. Sometimes they pick and choose who they want to feature on set algorithms at set times. But if you hit that like button, it forces them to do what's necessary for the brand. Hit the like button. Real quick, sticking with the Pac, I was hoping that Senadini would have pulled up right now to ask something, but we'll circle back. Big Gipp made some news over the weekend talking about Jay-Z on a podcast. I thought it was Vlad TV because the whole setup of the pod looked very Vladish, but it wasn't Vlad TV. I can't remember the name of the platform right now, but y'all know we don't play around with that. Like, we give love to all platforms. I want to remember the name. If y'all remember the name in the chat, please throw the name of the platform in the chat so I can give that person this justice. In case if you remember it, throw me the alley, let me know. If you don't, whatever.
Say that.
But the point of the matter is, Big Gipp was asked about, the typical rap conversation involving, would Jay-Z be this if such and such did not pass away, or whatever the case may be. So you know what, we've talked about that ad nauseum here at the Rap Roundtable. The reality situation is these people did pass away. Hov did what he did. What the art of dialogue. Thank you, Will C. Shout out to the art of dialogue for providing the content. So my whole thing is, I don't care. Like, these people passed away. Hov did what he did. If they didn't pass away, who knows? Would he be a mega song? I don't know. I can't call it. I think logistically, would he be what he is today? No. But this idea that he'll be Memphis Bleak, I've said it on this pod. I don't believe in that at all. Like, I think it's real slanderous. But we could have that debate. I'm here for that debate every time. My issue comes in when, as soon as a person is asked about Jay-Z, and I spoke about this maybe 2 weeks ago, the first thing that people run to is Beyonce. And it's really tiring for me. Big Gipp, and what killed me about him was, he said that he was there in real time. He was there in real time. He repeated that a couple of times during the interview as far as speaking about Dame. He talked about how Dame was the loud person in the room, big Taurus energy, loud person in the room. Jay was in the cut, quiet, whatever the case may be, right? But it's like, why do people keep talking as if Jay-Z was some 900,000 units selling artist when he got with Beyonce? Like, why this? And the thing is, Big Gipp, if you were there, then you knew that back in 2001 that Hov was already Hov. You know what I'm saying? Hov had been Hov since 98. He moved 5, he spun back, moved 3, did another 2, did another 3. He was who he was. So why do we keep pushing this Beyonce? He was already worth 100 M's. So it's not like he was some street dude with saggy jeans and dirty Timberlands when he got with Beyonce. And this rhetoric is really, it's irking me now. Like, granted, did Beyonce clean him up? Hell yeah, she did. Did she raise his Q rating and eventually help him become a businessman? Yes, but that's not to say that he wouldn't have got there anyway. And as for a dude like Big Gipp, who said he's in the room, he was there in real time to use Beyonce as the first thing and then say Pac would take his girl, basically calling Jigga a square.
You can't have.
Said he would have did him like Face, bro.
Come on, son.
You can't really have it both ways. And I'm talking to the people that saying this, because you don't get a power couple by one just being powerful.
Right.
Okay. So the only way I was saying those relationship goals or marriage goals is because you knew what Hov was bringing to the table before he got with Beyonce. It's just that she has a much larger fan base because she got the pop side.
Can I just push back? Not push back, but play devil's advocate for 1 second.
Okay.
If Hov was a nobody when he got with if Hov was a nobody, Beyonce wouldn't even have looked at him. He had plenty of options. He chose the number one rapper in the world at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, what we talking about?
Well,
why does nobody ever look at it from that angle? Beyonce could have had any dude she wanted in 2001. She took Hov.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Bill. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, here's the thing. I think it's more of her fan base than anything. You know what I mean? But we come from we argue for two different type of people. And Beyonce just happened to cross over into a realm where, you know, Jay-Z, because Jay-Z doesn't make pop music. You know, we talking about the almost the purest of hip hop culture. You know what I mean? And as big as hip hop is, you know, Beyonce is treated different. You know what I mean? And she could dibble dab in our arena. But I mean, they know what it is. They downplay him or whatever, but they love her. They confuse.
And I don't have the cape on. I'm pretty much speaking a lot of facts. Latoria, I don't have the cape on. TC said that Jay-Z sold the culture out. What are you talking about? What does that even mean? Explain that to me. Like, Hov was wearing shiny suits? Because I'm pretty sure the rap game had already been sold out by the time he went commercial in 98.
What do they mean by selling out?
Like, what do you mean by that?
I don't like the energy with this like Big Gipp situation. Shout out to Art of Dialogue, which this is what I mean, Bella. Art of Dialogue. Are you familiar with the channel?
Yeah, I follow him on YouTube.
So you see, like, the motherfucker literally goes to like the engineer that got beat up by Pac one time and be like that. His whole channel revolves around niggas who met Tupac or seen Pac or was in the same room with him at one point during the Death Row era. Bro gets like 300,000 views on every video. This shit is kind of crazy. It's wild, you know what I mean? So shouts to Art of Dialogue. Shouts to Bomb First too. He's another channel that's almost just as popular. You know what I mean? Giving me 1,000 Reggie Wright interviews. But I don't like the energy of this shit because it's very much like my dad could beat up your dad type of energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like Big Gipp getting in there and telling me about, not that he would take Beyonce, but that Tupac would take Beyonce. A man who's been dead for damn near 30 years at this point. It's very creepy. It's very like, I don't like the energy that it gives, even like the fact that thought even went through your mind. You know what I'm saying?
Call it what it is, man. It's hate, bro. It's hate.
It's dick riding. It's very like nasty behavior, bro. So, you know, Big Gipp, shout to the fucking Dungeon family, bro. Like, now you second on the list because we know my guy CeeLo had them allegations, so I'm already looking at him sideways. Wow. So Gipp, you in that box now, Gipp. I don't like the way you coming off, bro. It's very weird.
My man said that because you know Pac come in loud and the women they notice when the loud dude is in the room. And I'm sitting here like, what is like what aren't you, bro? Very you're in the game, bro. You sound like a fan. You sound like a fan, bro. You're an unsigned rapper. You're a legend. Dungeon family legend. Can't go on these platforms talking like a fucking fan. Like
that legacy goes through the Future to this day. Future's from Dungeon family. So
there
y'all
you
still
go.
got hands in the game to this day, bro. And you like looking crazy in Art of Dialogue coming up right after Keith Murray, which we know was crazy. You know what I mean? So you the next crazy looking nigga. I don't even know how he let that segment get chopped, bro.
Sincere the rap snob is pulling in. Can you read the super chat while I get Sin right?
Yo, so on the super chat, we got my guy Mad Max from the town. What up, Max? He said Beyonce don't have a bigger fan base. She just has a more toxic one. And Java, I agree. Hov made Beyonce for real, not the other way around. She was a cute girl from an R&B group, not no superstar like Aaliyah. Yo, Max coming in.
I did not want to bring Aaliyah up. I didn't want to bring her up.
Max, you better hope nobody from the Beehive is in this chat, bro. They gonna be on your head, my nigga.
I wish I had to drive because that's crazy. Sincere the rap snob. Welcome back to the rap roundtable.
God damn it, man. God damn it, man. The gods have not been looking after me, but I'm here. I beat these fucking hater ass gods off. Fuck
You
out
beat the charges, and he's
He
back.
beat the big Gipps, man.
Yo, so Sid, coming in hot, pause. Big Gipp
Hey, yo.
said what he said about Hov. What are your thoughts about all of those salacious comments on that Art of Dialogue podcast?
Look, man, no disrespect to some of our legends, but I get certain vibes from certain dudes, especially when they say certain things. Like,
Right.
I told y'all, you know, Big Gipp looked like a checkerboard floor type of dude with conspiracy theories, and you know, Hov probably sold his soul for the spot and making the Illuminati sacrifice. Not that he said any of that. I just get that kind of vibe from him. And so for him to, you know, say some of these, you know, just spit some, you know, let off some of this rhetoric that goes around these types of circles, I'm not too surprised, honestly. But you know, he got to get off that, bro. He got to get off that.
Listen, I don't necessarily agree with Mad Max's comments, but she wasn't fucking with Aaliyah at the time when they got together. She was the next big, she was a starlet. I would say Beyonce was a starlet at the time that she got with Jay. She was going solo. She was the face of Destiny's Child. She was the obvious face. It's almost like when you had the NWO or DX, you knew Shawn Michaels was the face and he could leave at any time. And then when Shawn left, we knew Hunter was going to be that guy. Beyonce was Triple H. Eventually, she's going to team out, turn heel, and do what she got to do. But
like if Chloe Bailey to my fault, y'all.
No,
I was gonna say that to transfer to times now, like if Chloe Bailey got with like Drake right now, would you say that Chloe Bailey made Drake? Even if Chloe Bailey ends up being Beyonce down the line.
No. Number one, Chloe Bailey ain't never gonna be Beyonce. Number two, don't disrespect Beyonce. I'm far from somebody that's in the Beehive, but don't disrespect Beyonce.
2002 Beyonce, bro.
No, it's not Chloe Bailey. Show her a little bit more respect than that, bro. Come on, man. With Destiny's Child, she was clearly the star in Destiny's Child. You had Bills. You had Can You Say My Name? Like
so Beyonce, she was T-Boss.
Beyonce was a star, but let's be clear though. For Beyonce's first single, they made sure to tap Hov. You know what I mean? That tells me everything that I need to know.
They didn't tap Big Gipp.
Right. You know what I mean? They didn't tap nobody else. It wasn't, you know what I mean? Put it this way. Correct me if I'm wrong, but if we look at Me and My Girlfriend, you know what I mean? That was not one of Jay's biggest singles. To this day, if we're having a Jay argument,
that song don't even come up.
That song don't ever come up. Nobody cares about Beyonce being a guest on Jay's record. The other way around, though.
Excuse me, Miss Rio was better from that album anyway.
You know what I mean? But the other way around, Beyonce is getting ready for a solo career. They need a hot ass single to kick the shit off, to blast off. They get Hov. That whole verse is kind of iconic. You know what I mean?
It is.
It is.
So the whole thing where, you know, Jay owes Beyonce for his stardom is, you wasn't there. You wasn't there if you feel that way.
But the thing says, he said he was there, and that's his argument.
He was. He was. You know, he was in a back house in Atlanta somewhere.
Like he was making music around that time, or was he actually kicking it?
He wasn't there.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. He said that Dame was the man, that Jay was over there in the corner somewhere quiet. That was the whole picture for us, bro.
Nah, but you know what?
But that's not a bad look.
No, that just tells me that he's only paying attention to the loud motherfucker. You know what I mean? Because Dame was the loud dude. You know what I mean? If Jay was somewhere off to the side and not being loud, but you fast forward and Jay is where he is now and Dame is
that's the way he is to be worried about.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't just be paying attention to the loud dudes.
Somebody said in the chat, I forget who it was, they said Hov was Iceberg Slim back 96 and 97. I remember that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it ain't like he was just some square in the cut somewhere. Mad Max in the super chat saying you back on there. You can read that super chat.
Hold on, I was trying to get on here, so I don't have that window open. I'm getting it
I'll
up.
do it now. You get the next one. All
Yeah.
super chats are appreciated, by the way. We appreciate y'all 100%. LOL, it's true. Hove made her a superstar because she was standing next to the smooth bad boy type, like Beyonce wasn't Mariah Carey or Whitney or Janet. She wasn't Mary J either. Like, come on. She was trying to get there. That's what I was saying. She was a starlet. She was on her way up. And she, at the same time, she didn't want to make the mistake. Rest in peace, Whitney Houston. But there was always that talk about Whitney making whitish music. So Beyonce wanted to make sure that she kept the urban crowd also making a pop record. And she made perfection with her lead single. You can't front. Like, it was getting that Hot 97 spins, the pop radio spins, all the way to the West Coast, whatever the station is on the West Side, that's urban radio and pop radio is getting the spins. It makes sense. It makes a whole hell of a lot of sense.
And we gotta remember.
Are you saying Hove held Bay?
I think so. What do you think, Baylor?
Yeah.
So you saying Hove put her through nursing school? You a foul nigga? That's crazy.
Hove did that, so hopefully she won't have to go through that.
Crazy.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yo.
Yeah, I mean,
crazy.
I'm wallet.
Yeah,
Little
All
bit.
right, I'm wallet. That's fair.
You got
Little
it.
bit.
I'm wallet. I can admit it. Where Dini at? I got a question for Dini. He's taking so long to get up on here, bro. Let me read some of these comments in the meantime. Non-Plus says, to this day, I don't understand what Beyonce did. All right, here we go. Get out of here. Leah May says, facts, Dame Dash was the man back in the day. Hove wasn't.
Leah May, what up?
Leah, did Jay-Z just not sign an autograph for you? Like, is that what it was? Because it's like, it's really obnoxious now. You was outside with Dame Leah? Let me know. Let me know. Anyway, Sin, why you here? Because I'm stalling for Didi.
Yeah, what's up?
Do you got any takes on potential new Tupac music? We're hearing a greatest hits albums coming out. There might be 4 new records on there.
Look, man, to tell you the truth, it's probably, I mean, if we haven't heard, this is only going to be for the absolute purist diehard Pac fans. You know what I mean? If we haven't heard it in this long, the way I feel about it, there's probably a reason it wasn't it wasn't put out there. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's probably some demo level shit, probably some, something that a super fan is going to be super appreciative of. Like, I'll be honest, if it's, if this was a Nas situation, and I was like, yo, 4 new Nas records that you ain't never heard before, I'd be geeked as fuck. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm not even thinking if they're going to be good or bad. You know what I mean? But if I'm outside of the fandom, are they going to be hot? Are they going to be fire? Are they going to be mid? It could be 50-50, but I'm not super geeked off of it.
Damn. BTG. We're going to talk to Sin about this later, but I kind of saved this because I wanted to see Sin's reaction to whatever you had to say. So Billboard put out that list, and they got King Kendrick above Escobar himself. West Coast bias sweater on. Shout out.
What you need?
What?
Oh shit! I gotta go. Yeah, nah, chill. They calling me, son. No, I'm dead ass. I'm dead serious. They calling me, bro. I gotta go. Go, y'all.
You almost got me there. So what do you think about that, Baylor? Like Kendrick above Esco? That's crazy.
Hey, I mean, look, what's wrong with it?
You tell us.
I wasn't the one complaining.
Shit.
Okay.
You repping West Coast heavy right now.
West Coast.
I mean, why would I have a problem with that?
Mm.
Why would you have a problem with that? Because Nas had a 3P in his 50s.
Yeah, that's a good reason.
That's cool. Kendrick not 50.
Reason.
Kendrick not 50 yet.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Exactly. He has a lot of career left.
Okay,
put it
cool.
That way. So to put him above Nas already.
Y'all gonna get me into it, man. Y'all gonna get me into it, bro. Like, hold up, Sin,
already,
man. Cook, bro.
They do that with Drake, though. They do that with Drake, though.
But they're not on this list.
Not on that list. Well, we know.
You tap dancing. Do you agree with Kendrick above Nas?
Oh yeah, I'm rolling with that one. You see this? What? You think I'm about to be politically correct and walk outside? Oh no.
Oh wow!
And bump Pac up there. Bump him up a little bit more too. While we at
So Kendrick, so
you can
Pac
leave.
1, Kendrick 2. That's how you feeling?
Yeah, we might be missing a couple of West Coast cats, but hey,
No, get the fuck out of here because y'all got Snoop in the top 10. Y'all can't be mad at shit right now.
what you mean? What you mean
Snoop
by
in the
that?
top because Snoop in the top 10.
If Snoop gotta go, Nicki gotta go ASAP.
Nick
with Roddy.
Nicki don't belong up there.
Nicki could
Okay,
go.
all right then.
She was not top 10, bro.
All right then.
Nicki could go immediately.
Okay. She could roll.
But Snoop in the top 10.
Why we mad at that?
Look, come
Snoop
on,
Dogg
man.
is not top 10, bro.
Snoop is not top 10 all the
not
time.
top 10, bro.
Murder was the case.
Snoop is not top 10 all the time. No disrespect to Snoop at all. I love Snoop. Doggy Style's crazy. Probably, the most charismatic.
Whoa! Time out.
Rapper that we have right now.
You struggling with the compliments? I know.
I'm trying to find the right words.
3 out of the 5 top cats in your top 5 got Snoop in their top 5.
I'm trying to find the right words. He's probably the most charismatic and probably the biggest face, the most recognizable face in rap, right? The most, because he's everywhere. He just did commercials for the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? He's hosting shows. He's like he's a good time, bro. Like he's a dope ass person and a dope ass character. But personality, that's the best word. But as a rapper, top 10 with just Doggy Style, and then what's the second best album from him? Somebody tell me.
Go ahead, Baylor.
Besides Doggy Style.
Oh,
no. I want to be fair.
Okay.
Fair.
Y'all hear that? It's you hear that type of sound? That's Baylor's shoes on.
No. Because here's the thing.
You let them corner you, Baylor?
No, because I'm being respectful today. I didn't say nothing about Nas because I'm a Nas fan too. But Nas literally played all of the first quarter and didn't start playing good again until the fourth quarter. If we gonna go that route,
that's not true at all.
Okay, tell me why it's
that's not true at all.
Tell me why it's not.
He got first and second quarter, took the third quarter off, fine. And fourth quarter, he's
late,
knocking out.
No. Late fourth quarter.
It's still the fourth quarter.
I'm just letting you know.
What is it? It's still the fourth quarter.
I'm just trying to see where the separation
is. You said the beginning of the first quarter and the end of the fourth quarter, bro?
Spanking hot.
Listen, if we gotta go that route, Snoop, first quarter, crazy.
Okay.
Second, third, and fourth quarters, he had highlights.
He got traded.
He got traded. He got traded.
Snoop had 25 in the first quarter and then finished with 27.
Right. And no. Let's say like 30. Let's say like 30. But for those extra 5 points, they might have come off some fire, like a dunk. He might have banged it on a nigga or two. Pause. You know what I mean? But he got some highlights. He got some posters.
Right.
But it's not like, you know what I mean? His discography and his catalog is really like that.
Let's go there then.
What's the
criteria? What's the criteria then?
Before we go anywhere, I'm seeing a narrative in the chat getting out of control. Somebody said that we said Tupac music doesn't matter. Then Christopher Hogan came in and said that the New Yorkers are always hating on Pac. There's been no Pac hate on this stream so far. And the only person who might have said anything close to Pac hate was a dude from Cali. He's the one that said anything that might sound slanderous. But have some respect when you pull up to this episode and say things about us that we didn't say. And what Baylor said was, as far as let the old music rock, the old music stands up. We don't need the new music. But there's literally no hate on this stream. So respectfully, DPFO8. Mad Max also with the super chat before I let y'all get back to wobbling. K-Dot over Esco is silly. Kid got 1 classic. Nas got about 4 easy, not including none of the Hit Boy era stuff. Y'all can continue.
He said 1 classic?
That's not that.
That's where he's from. He got to be from Queens. He got to. He got to. Jesus Christ.
Nah, Mad Max is not the biggest Kenny fan.
Mad Max is on Deanie Timing when it comes to Kendrick.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Oh, here we go.
Speaking
of
balance
which,
show.
Is it about to be a class?
Let's go.
6:30. All right. I'm gonna have to clear out soon, y'all. I'm waiting for Dini to get in here. It's about to be a class at 6:30. I got one question for Dini before I clear out and go be responsible. Dini with a shaky connection as always. Jesus.
All right, but let's get back to this Snoop thing in the top 10. He's probably yo, what up, Dean?
What's the vibes, y'all? My bad for being late.
No worries.
Good, Dean.
What's
we
the vibes?
Having a good time.
I bet.
Yeah, man. In terms of Snoop being in the top 10, that's probably and this is gonna say a lot because Wayne is in the top 10, Drake is in the top 10, Nicki's in the top 10. You know what I mean? Of this list. But to me, the name that jumped out the fastest was Snoop, honestly.
Mm.
I'm not a Wayne fan. I wouldn't put him in my top 10. I'm not a Drake fan. I'm not a Nicki fan. I wouldn't put them in my top 10. But like, I'm looking at it. I'm trying to look at it from the younger generation's point of view. And Wayne and Drake and Nicki is always coming up. And let's be real, like these publications are not going to put out a top 10 and not have it be all dudes. They're not going to have a complete sausage party for the top 10. It was a political. You know what I mean?
But so, hold on, Sin. I gotta go. Like you got the keys now. Pass it over to you. I just got one question for Dini before I gotta hear this answer.
What's up?
Big Gipp said that Pac will pull Beyonce if he was still alive. What does Dini the misogynist have to say about that take?
Fuck out of here. I mean, granted, Pac seemed like a charismatic nigga. And be like she got a thing for charismatic niggas, but I mean, he ain't have the bag to go with it though. Whole bag a little different. You know what I'm saying? Whole standard in the game a little different. So I think she would pass on the thug bravado unless that nigga came with Deuce and suits behind it. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, it's quiet.
But listen, y'all, I gotta jump off. Y'all keep cooking.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right.
So we said we taking Drake and Wayne got to go off, right? Baylor, what up?
I got both in it. I'm keeping both.
You keeping both?
I'm keeping both.
What about Nicki?
Hold up.
Nicki could go.
This from before I got in here? Y'all was talking about this.
There's gotta be.
Nah, that was specifically for you and Baylor. That question was specifically to get y'all two fighting, and then my guy left. You know how y'all
set the tone.
Oh man.
Shit me.
So wait, so are we talking? What are we talking about now?
Nah. We were mostly just talking about Dean to get you on board. We were talking about the new Pac material that's dropping. Don't know if you got to read too much on that, and then from that we got into the big Gipp conversation about about how nasty that was.
That's wild.
From there, y'all just wanted to see if we could get Baylor and Sin to fight about Snoop in the top 10. But we're gonna get into the top 10 more, later on. I know they want to see what's going on with that top 10. But as far as the Pac material, Dini, are you looking forward to it? Don't really give a damn. Like how you feel?
I am. I am. Pac, say what you want about Pac. Pac's in my top 4. I always say if I get stranded on the desert island, they tell me, yo, you only get to take 4 artists with you. You know who I'm going with? I'm going with Big J, Pac, and Nas. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely excited for this new Pac shit. Will it age the way I think it's going to age? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's going to be new sounding music because Pac was an old sounding nigga back then. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't like he had a style that you can drop on some drill music and shit like that. But I don't want to speak too early and they drop some heat. If you're gonna put out some new music from Pac for all this time, I would at least assume this shit gotta be heat, bro. Hopefully they don't do like they did with DMX, RIP. Remember when they dropped that little DMX joint after he passed? Yeah. And that joint was mega mid. I hope that's not the case with this.
Hey man, hopefully not. Hopefully not.
Adriel Green up in the chat with the super.
Adriel Green, what up?
Yeah.
He said, Mace, you gotta ask Dini and Sin if they rock with his idea.
AGL actually came with the heat in the first super chat on deck. So he said he spoke about how Rihanna did the Super Bowl 12 song set last night. Yeah. So he was saying that we need to do a 4-man Billboard battle of the top 4 in the Billboard MCs. So Jarv would have Hov, his top 12. Deanie, you would have Nas. Finn would have K-Dot, and I would have Pops. And so we would do like a 12-song battle.
That's ill.
That's tough, right?
We could definitely do that.
Fire.
We could do that.
Check for that one.
That's what's up, Adrian. I see that West Coast bias
and then we gonna have to bring Baylor. Baylor could get Snoop.
I see that West Coast bias shirt looking real right though. I ain't gonna hold you. Hey, man, that shirt tough.
Hey, I didn't find out until like last year. It's okay to be biased.
It's what we do here sometimes.
Talking all that shit over there. I still haven't heard from you. Snoop's second best album. So I'm still waiting.
RNG, the rhythm and gangster shit is the best second best. That shit was tough. I ain't gonna hold you.
That was solid. You know what? He toured up with the East Siders. With the East Siders, we danced a lot to that over here.
Respect.
You know what I mean?
I feel you. He also said Snoop got to get some credit for the Chronic like Ghost does for Cuban Links.
True.
I'll give you that. That's still the first quarter.
And the last Snoop joint wasn't bad, bro.
Snoop got some good albums, man. Blue Carpet Treatment was
There you go. The shit with Nas he had on there was fire.
That one
the
was
RNG rhythm and gangster shit was That
was tough. That was a little better than Well, I like the RNG. That shit was tough.
The Pharrell era for Snoop was a good one. I ain't gonna lie.
That's a fact. And there was a few joints on there.
Era was good. He's still not.
Let's Get Blown is still one of my favorite records. So pause. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Baylor, my guy Mad Max.
Oh, the joint when he's singing?
Yeah, the joint with Snoop and Pharrell.
That's a dope record. It's not a rap record though.
Yeah, it's a vibe.
We got a little super chat, y'all. Baylor, my guy Mad Max said, "I ain't from Queens, bro. I'm from Yonkers, the Rockland area. All right, man."
Oh shit!
Good Kid, Mad City is Kendrick's only classic.
Hey,
Damn, got some
true.
good songs, but none of them other joints classic. Also, Pac is his GOAT, so there's no coast bias for my guy.
Oh,
I mean,
tough.
Hey, well, shout out to him. Players fuck up. And you know what? And I actually met the Locks in person. So
respect it.
Oh shit.
Right.
Shout out to LOX.
That's my second favorite group. I guess y'all can guess the first one.
If it ain't NWA.
There we go, man. I can't. Yo, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, as much as I fuck with y'all should be getting paid for what y'all do. I fuck with y'all heavy. But I will never go against the turf, nigga. I will never. Hey, when they wrong,
I ain't mad.
Even when they wrong, I'll apologize, but I still got to swing with them all time.
I dig it.
I have to
Go down with the ship, brother.
Of course.
Man, I wasn't sure how long we had you though, bro. You still you wanna give us some West Coast artists? You know you always let us know what the hot shit is.
Hey, man, that's what I'm here to do. So we talking about the new era. I got some cats that we pass the torch to.
Okay.
And honestly, it's not much passing because them little niggas took it. You know, I grew up in the gangbanging culture.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So the house parties with Ricky got shot, all that stuff. I know it all too well. It's not like I'm promoting violence, but this is great workout music. Okay,
there we go.
You hold yourself accountable on how you digest this music, but it's like gangster music 2.0, dog.
Yeah,
but not just that. I got cats that can bring that backyard barbecue music. You know what I'm saying?
That's always a vibe.
Oh man, it's a vibe. Jason Cash from Carson. Hey, Read the Room. That's one of the best albums that came out last year. I promise you. That's if you listen to West Coast music. But look, y'all get into a beef. Y'all get into it with some cats. Y'all need some adrenaline music. Go listen to Lil Rucci from Inglewood.
Some turbo music.
From the wood?
Yeah, from Inglewood. Now, I know what y'all saying. Y'all got anybody out there that could even come close to preaching some type of bars like Kendrick? Absolutely. Okay. He go by the name of Nana, the Crenshaw District. Okay.
All right.
I'm not gonna look. We from the West Coast.
that stuff that we smoke over here is some of the purest.
Gas.
Sir.
Yeah.
I heard about it.
I'm not gonna
We
sell
know
you
that.
anything under that. Nothing under that. I promise you.
The finest.
We know
Those
y'all
are
got the
those are the-
women, weed, and weather. We know that.
Hey man,
I like them things too. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, Baylor, you just said something. You said Kendrick, and you said absolutely. So I don't know if we got to ask you
No,
before, but I need to hear. How did you feel about that Ab Soul album? though? We didn't get to chop that up with you.
Look, man, we know he a vampire. And
He's a beast, man. He's a beast, man.
Yeah, he's gonna drop every 7 years or something like that. It's gonna go under the radar.
Six, like
bit.
Kendrick.
Yeah, you might see him post with LeBron. It's just weird and random, but we love him for that.
He's amazing, bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's interesting. I'm a tap Dini's shoulder in a second, but go ahead.
He has a cult like following. Like
Facts.
You know, he reminds me. I don't want to. I don't know, because today's society is crazy. But I would call him he reminds me of a Kurt Cobain.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
Wild style type shit.
Yeah, but very like you either fuck with him or you just don't really know much about him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They know and if we'll never get the black hippie.
I know, bro. Bad word, man.
He is probably he's one of the most dangerous MCs out there, but he just takes a nap.
He seems like a very internal brother. You know what I mean?
Heavy,
he don't, he holds most of everything in. You don't see him outside. He don't really talk that much. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But when he decided to drop this project, he dropped a fucking bomb.
Cooking.
You know what I mean? He really dropped the bomb.
He's like a myth. It's like at some point, 50 years down the line, we ain't gonna know if he was real or not.
Like Kaiser Sose, poof,
gone.
Yeah.
Yo, Dean, real quick,
what's up,
because you know what I mean. You just you throwing a lot of accolades towards towards Ab-Soul. You know what I mean? You're giving him a lot of credit here. You're a fan, right?
I fuck with him.
Right. And you're like, yeah, you know how he is. You know, he might drop an album, disappear for 6-7 years.
Mm-hmm.
How come you don't give that kind of love to Kendrick? I don't understand.
All right, because first of all, Kendrick has never, Ab-Soul has never been the face of hip hop, bro. You get what I'm saying? Kendrick has been the face for the last few years. If it's either Drake or Kendrick, or maybe Cole, but Cole's kind of like the third man back. You know what I'm saying? As far as when we talk about who are the titans of today's hip hop, what we say is Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna take somebody, you can put it in sports terms. There's somebody dog nice that he don't pop out as much as a LeBron. You get what I'm saying? But he's still a monster in the game, and when he does show up, he shows up. Kendrick and Ab-Soul don't get the kind of praise Kendrick get. It's a whole different vibe, bro. It's kind of like the world knows he's this.
Kendrick don't get the kind of praise you think he gets. I think he's in a gray area.
Kendrick gets a lot of praise, bro.
Here's the thing, though. When you mention him with Nas and Jay-Z, it's like the older cats want to say he's too young to be mentioned with them. But
Which sounds crazy to me.
But the younger crowd don't understand him to anoint him like that.
You think so?
I know so. They have YouTube clips on how you can digest his lyrics, and they there for it.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Their brain is not trained enough to sit through that type of shit and try to understand what he's talking about. That's why they go and listen to Drake. But the older cats is like, no, we got Nas. Y'all just seen what Nas did. He's not the West Coast Nas. Yo, some cats just don't want to give him that. So he's stuck in that gray area. You know he's dangerous enough.
Mad Max. Sorry, Baylor. Mad Max, I see you got a super chat. I'm gonna get to your super chat in a second, but what Baylor just said is a very, very interesting point that I kind of want to piggyback off of, because and I guess this could lead into my thoughts, because Jar brought it up a while ago before he dipped. My thoughts on Kendrick being placed second behind Jay and in front of Nas. that's a very interesting point, Baylor, and I feel like I agree with that because I feel like a lot of people from our demographic who grew up on the Wu-Tangs, Jay, Nas, Big, Pac, they'll just automatically have a bit of a separation between, you know, the aesthetics that they grew up on and that they love and anything past like 2005. You know what I mean?
On it, man.
You know what I mean? And so it's just that's just gonna be automatic. You know what I mean? And so like somebody like Kendrick come along, it's just it's too late for them. It's too beyond, you know, they don't fall within those years of when like their sensibilities were being, you know, conditioned. And so I feel like there's a lot of pushback towards Kendrick being placed in these conversations, in the Jay and Nas and Pac and Big conversations because of that, because it's too new for the people that grew up on them. And then, like you said, a lot of the younger generation, they don't even want to hear all that. You know what I mean? They don't want to hear nobody talking about like real issues or emotions or, you know what I mean? Like societal woes. They don't want to hear about, you know,
my auntie is a man now. They don't really understand how he broke that down.
Right. So
they don't understand or want it, bro.
Right. But even beyond that, like even if he's talking about just like, you know, stuff that he was talking about to Pimp a Butterfly, you know what I mean? There's going to be a lot of the newer generation that's just like, I ain't trying to hear all that. You know what I mean? And so he is kind of caught, to me, in this sort of nebulous area. And so for him to wind up at number 2, there's going to be like a shit ton of people feeling like Mad Max and probably like Deanie. That's like, yo, what the fuck are you talking about, Billboard?
Seriously.
I mean, what the fuck are you talking about,
Bob? They created the 3-man argument, which has, if it would have been flipped around, it would have been a regular old Jay versus Nas. So
right. Yo, Leroy is going off in the chat, by the way. Leroy, shout to you, bro. The Rock Nation representative.
Speaking
I
facts,
feel you, bro. Latoria, we not going to ban him. I'm sorry. Keep it too entertaining out here.
Shout out to Leroy Green.
So just to put a bow on it, no, me personally, I don't agree with putting Kendrick number 2, like already. You know what I mean? Maybe when it's all said and done.
Jog
back with the
he's clean.
Hey, Jar, I'm not gonna lie,
bro. It's tap dancing. And I'm only here sincere. Do you agree with the nigga being number 2 or not?
I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it.
Hey, Jar, hey, I'm not gonna lie. That tie make you look like you about to go tell on somebody.
Oh, damn it, man.
You about to put the cases on everybody, bro.
Pelican Bay, nigga.
Hey, listen, this is my work attire. Let me be great.
All right, man. Go to work, bro. Let me cook.
Fuck. Hurry up, nigga. Yeah.
Gotta love it, man.
Kendrick number 2, I don't agree with it. I love that he is getting the accolades, obviously. But Nas has been in that, beyond me being a Nas fan, I just feel it's disrespectful to Nas, even putting my fandom aside, because it's 30 years to Kendrick's 10. And you could, I mean, Baylor, you might say, you know, Kendrick has already done so much in, you know, such a little amount of time, which is very true, right? His percentage is crazy in terms of like projects. Some people in the chat might not agree. Some people might say he only got 1 classic. I say, the way I feel, he hasn't missed. He still hasn't missed to me. You know what I mean? But number 2 already ahead of Nas, when Nas has 30 years in, and he had a first prime, and then a second prime, and now he has a third prime. Nah, that's
disingenuous, Sin, because it didn't take that third prime for you to make Nas your GOAT. Kendrick has been in the game 11 years. at that point in 2005, wasn't Nas already better than everybody to you? In 2007, like we judged Jay's career based off 96 to 03. We don't really give a fuck what happened after 03. So for people to be like, yo, Kendrick don't got enough time, it's more than enough time. Like, y'all just being them dudes who want to keep shit away. Like, nah, it's not really. Like, what's up?
Look.
AC though.
I'm gonna break it down like this, right? And I'm gonna piss a lot of people in the chat off. Jay at number 1, I'm fine with that. I'm absolutely fine with that. I'll even go as far as saying I agree with that.
Can't argue it.
Right? It's a matter like when we have these conversations, I put my fandom aside, or at least I tried to. If I know we're having a conversation about fandom, like if I know me and Java are gonna go back and forth on some Jay and Nas shit, I'll throw the entire fan cape on. Mm-hmm. But if we're having conversations about like an objective list like this and what I think, Billboard and Vibe was trying to do here, right? I'll take that cape off for a second and I'll be like, yeah, Jay's number 1. He checked off every single box. There's nothing that man hasn't done, right? Facts. And he's been in the game as long as Nas, right? More or less, right? They're from the same era.
A little short, yeah.
You know what I mean? Kendrick, I just, you know what I mean? Like, I don't feel look at the list. Like Jay, Kendrick.
I know what you're about. I know what you're about to do. You about to play. Look, Nas, he stayed in shape his whole career, and he can still drop 35 at 50. I get it, but if you're trying to compare the catalogs, all right, then cool. I like to negotiate. Ice Cube is at 18. Big is in the top 10. We got to do something.
Are you comparing Jay-Z to Biggie?
No.
Biggie to Cube?
I just feel that there should be.
There's no comparison except for storytelling. But Cube should be much closer to that top 10. And Big, if we going by catalog, he gotta scoot up a little bit. He got to go toward that 10 a little bit.
We could have the Biggie conversation. I'm not mad at Biggie's placement as far because look, for me, Nas and Big are 1 and 2 for me personally.
Marcos, I see you, boy.
But listen, let's be real about it. Biggie unfortunately only had 2 albums. You can't rank them like all the way at the top of the list off of just 2. Those 2 albums were phenomenal, but that would also be unfair to somebody like Nas and Jay, or possibly even Kendrick. You know what I mean? It's just I feel like longevity as a criteria was not. It should have been a stronger criteria for this list. It should have been weighed more heavily. That's how I feel about it.
Then that rearranges the whole list then.
And the thing is, I think that actually would flip a lot of folks on their head, because when you talk about the red man's, no shots in, but when we talk about, our favorite 90s MCs, the Big L's, these dudes really had 5-year primes, bro. You know what I mean? So when we really want to bring the longevity argument in it, it takes a lot of them 90s niggas that y'all love the fuck up out of the conversation.
Are we talking about the full 50 list, or are we just talking about the top 10? Because
but if we talking about the top 10, I would say more than half of them niggas is gonna get the boot. So you got to replace them with somebody.
More than half?
Eminem at 5 is nuts, bro. Above Biggie,
Eminem,
wow.
Snoop, those is 2-3 album primes with them niggas. I ain't even gonna hold you.
It's just
Eminem right there in February
in 2002. After that, it's shaky.
Crazy. That's weird. It's weird to put him above Big though.
They put him in the top 10 because the Larry Bird thing. 3.
Right.
I mean, but he's
not
Biggie,
top
bro.
5 though. Top 5, not just top 10. He made
top 5. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Biggie did not. But again, yeah, like how much more can we argue for Biggie with just 2 phenomenal albums, but only 2 albums under his belt?
Where do y'all start at then?
94 to 97. That was 3 years.
Classic verse. If we go back
to the Who's the Man soundtrack, 92, right? So that's 5 years. He did amazing stuff in that 5 years, But then again, God bless the dead, you know, R.I.P. But his life was tragically cut short. No fault of his own. But like, you know what I mean? Like, who are we gonna move out of the top 5 to put Biggie in there?
Right.
True.
You know what I mean? If anything, we move Pac out. I'm not trying to piss off no Pac fans. We move Pac out, but Pac did not only did he have a slightly longer career.
It's a lot of West Coast furniture. A lot of West Coast furniture. You moving out the way right now.
Listen to me. If you let me finish, not only did he have a slightly longer career and he put out more music, but then even after he died, he had even more music. Right. You know what I mean? So that's a tough move. You know what I mean? And you know, again, like I'm if you're gonna create an objective list like this, I feel like one of the criteria has to be catalog, the impact of the catalog, and how long it is. How long is that resume? Which again goes back to me, Kendrick at number 2. As much as I love Kendrick, the resume ain't that long yet. It's an incredible resume. But it's not that long.
If he's not at number 2, is he still in the top 10?
Yeah, I'll put him in the top 10. Yeah.
Can two classics override?
You didn't feel
one
like
classic and 4 regular
5
joints?
albums in though. He's 5 albums in. That's a long resume.
Hold on, Deanie, go ahead.
Does two classics override like one classic and like 3 MIDI joints or 3 I joints? Like what? Like how do you?
What are we talking about?
All right, so let's say Biggie got the 2 classics. What's Kendrick's 2 classics?
Undeniable.
The undeniable one.
The first one is the undeniable one.
Good Kid, Mad City, and To Pimp a Butterfly would be the two that everybody calls classic. Yo, don't make that face, Beanie. To Pimp a Butterfly is a classic.
It's not even better than Damn No.
It is.
It is. It's absolutely better than Damn.
It is.
To Pimp a Butterfly. I don't care how many people get pissed off. To Pimp a Butterfly.
It was a hell of a vibe.
It's a classic.
It was. If this was the time.
What? Great music. Great music. We're gonna be bumping that in 10 though. Instead, we're gonna be like, yo, put on If These Walls Could Talk. We're gonna be doing that.
Here you go.
Yo, Capital. Hey. You should aim that question for Sin, number 1. Number two, we still blast Biggie's classics, bro. We still play pop
guess
classics.
what? I do too. I do too. But you know what? I know what it is, and I apologize because it's not your fault. You got to come to some of these West Coast parties, and then you understand. Y'all not getting the right edibles over there. And that's our fault. That's what it is.
Let me get to some of these super chats.
Get to those. I'm
gonna get to those. Mad Max has been sitting there for a minute. My bad. He said Absol is like a sarcastic Lupe. He's actually his favorite TDE. Soul the best lyricist. He's
facts.
Over than or better than Earl Sweatshirt from the 2010s. I don't know who's an Earl Sweatshirt fan in the chat, but I'm gonna piss y'all off. I don't understand the Earl Sweatshirt, the mystique, the fanaticism over Earl Sweatshirt. I don't get it. I've tried. I don't understand it. So for it to say he's better than Earl Sweatshirt, okay, fine. That so what?
Niggas in the chat is not feeling that K-Dot classic talk, bro. Right. They not feeling it.
Yo,
you know how the chat be doing.
Leroy Green, Mad Max, talk to me. K-Dot best album won't crack. Hey Russell, K-Dot best album won't crack Nas top 5 or Biggie top 2. So how is it ahead of them? Talk to these niggas, Russ. It's a fact. Like I'm just saying, like, are we gonna be like in 10 years? Wait. Yo, put on King Kunta. I ain't hear that shit in a minute. Are we gonna be doing that, Mo? Like,
are
we gonna be doing that? You still go back to them Prodigy records. You still go back to those. You still go back to Mobb Deep. In 10 years, are we gonna be saying, yo, play My Monty is a man now? I need to hear that.
I think the niggas that was your age when you first listened to them big joints are gonna come back to it.
Let me break this down. Right, me personally, and I feel like a lot of us are probably like this. The relationship that we have with music is different now. The way that we listen to music is different now. Music is not necessarily like the soundtrack of our lives the way it was back then when we was coming up. Right?
Okay,
we're older. We're not clubbing heavy. We're not going to parties. We're not having these fucking up all nights. break night type of nights where we're just like bumping all this music. So, and this also goes, Deanie, to your point about like, being able to remember certain lyrics. I when I listen to music, I have a tougher time remembering lyrics now than I did way back then, because like my brain was just a sponge to everything. You know what I mean?
Right.
So the way that we listened to music when we were younger, us, right? Yes, we're gonna be like, yo, throw that Biggie on, throw that Wu-Tang on, throw that, Nas on, throw whatever on, throw that Redman on.
Where y'all at when y'all throwing that on though? Where y'all at?
Right. I could be on the train, bro. If the music's popping, the music's popping. That's why I don't need it. If you need an environment for the tunes might not be in like that, bro.
But listen, to a younger crowd out there, somebody that was 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, listening to Pimp a Butterfly or to Damn or whatever, you know what I mean? Yes, they're gonna, in the future, 10 years from now, they are very likely gonna be like, yo, I really need to, I need to hear If These Walls Could Talk right now, because that shit got me through a hard time. You know what I mean? Or, maybe not If These Walls Could Talk. That's not.
I was about to say,
like, come on, bro.
You know right, because the niggas who came up on Al Green and James Brown was telling us that Biggie wasn't gonna be shit in 10 years. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's just a generational thing, Dan. And I think you be kind of fucking it up when it come to Kendrick with that.
Nah, so when niggas say that back in the day, they say that because basically you taking they soul samples and you making this new kind of music that Biggie and Puff was making. You know what I'm saying? You taking them classic songs. So that's a little different, bro. They making new music, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe at a party one day you're gonna hear, yo, put on N95 for me and all that. Like, shout out to my man TDB. You know TDB, Sin. He a DJ. He be doing sometimes high school parties. I roll my nigga, listen to his spin. The kids walk up and they ask to hear certain shit. They never ask for Kendrick, Mo. You know what I'm saying? They never do. I had kids ask for Jay-Z. I never had no kids ask for no.
But here's the thing: in the club environment, absolutely not. I mean,
that goes back to what Baylor was saying earlier.
What environment with a DJ spinning, you gonna walk up to him, tap him, and be like, "Yo, do me a favor, bro."
It's not DJ music. It's not music.
So you assuming that I need a DJ to play?
So where you gonna request it? I'm actually, where you gonna request that music? That's gonna be in your.
Why do I have to request it? Why do I have to request it? It's gonna be playing for me personally in my house.
Deanie, I need to ask you a question.
Proceed, my brother.
At the brunch, you chilling, ladies are walking around, sundresses. You know how we feel about those, right?
Okay.
You not going to the DJ with no 3X Avrix coat on saying, I want to listen to 10 Crack Commandments. You're not doing that.
I'm not.
You're not doing that.
You're right. But I got 150 other Biggie joints. I be like, spin that, DJ. Right or wrong, though.
Juicy. The only reason why they playing.
I got wild joints.
But do you not, Biggie?
One more chance.
The irony is that as big of a Nas fan as you are, do you not understand that that's the argument that a lot of Nas haters have against Nas?
That's respectable.
No, the only Nas joint we played in the house party was Uchi Wally.
You bugging, bro. Niggas don't ask for Hate Me Now. I'd have had niggas in parties ask for fuck. What's that shit with him and Lauryn Hill? If I Ruled the World. Like, those type of songs are a vibe, bro, because them shits create energy. You know what I'm saying? I've had niggas ask for what's that shit with Ludacris and that he did. Hey,
remix.
You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas ask for those songs, bro. And that Nas recent 3-piece catalog got a few joints you could turn up to now. He got the little brunch on Sunday so joints can vibe out to. He got the Get Light. So, he got joints.
So Kendrick don't have what's that? All of the Stars.
He don't got
Humble. He don't got Loyalty.
He got the shit with Rihanna. I respect it. He got fucking problems. He got a few joints.
Bro.
He got a few joints.
With
and without Dre.
The joint with Dre.
Poetic Justice. Yeah.
Recipe. Women, Weed, and Weather. Yeah, there's a few joints.
That's a lot. We rolled off like 6 or 7 already, bro.
And he got more than Nas in 30 years.
You can't do that, Deanie. You only gave me like 4 Nas tracks. That's not right. That's racist.
No, I gave that. Don't do me like that.
You wait. You're not getting busy till he gave me what?
Yeah, don't kill my vibe. They got a few.
You got a couple of joints, but niggas ain't you ask for those when you go out, bro. You ask to hear Kendrick Lamar when you at a barbecue and the DJ, you know the DJ he can tap on the shoulder.
You're right. You're right. No, wait. You're right. I'm not asking.
Do you go to the DJ and be like, yo, spin that for me, bro? Do y'all do that?
I'm not asking to listen to Bravehearts either.
You're not.
Neither one of them.
You're not. But you just said Uchi Wally, so you all kind of listen to Bravehearts a little bit.
Yo, that was a crazy song. That was a crazy song.
I gotta hold you to it.
That was a wild track right there.
Like you said, Nas don't got them kind of joints, but Nas just a different kind of MC. Nas is the MC's MC. I can't say Kendrick's the MC's MC.
Why not?
Why not? You can't. Who else could even be in that position? You can't name an artist around this.
And this is another thing where people will be like, yo, Kendrick don't have bars. Like, what is your definition of bars if Kendrick don't got bars? Is it that he doesn't have
niggas want punchline rappers? That's what
is it that he doesn't have punchlines?
Nas ain't no punchline rapper. Big ain't necessarily a punchline rapper. Hove ain't necessarely a punchline rapper.
Right, so then what is it? Not enough street tales? Not enough bravado? Is it not enough bravado? Is that what it is?
It's not. It's just. It's more like some outward shit. Like I feel like
you sounding West Coast racist right now.
I'm not. I don't feel that way about Ab-Soul. I don't feel that way about Pac. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel that way about Snoop. Like Kendrick is just like one of them super eclectic niggas to me. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, he might be the West Coast Andre 3000 on some shit like that. Like he's just an out there type nigga. You know what I'm saying?
So I have another theory about this. And what do y'all think about this? Right? Ever since I first heard Kendrick, I always they compared him to a lot of other artists. I always heard the parallel between him and Andre. Very, very, very similar, right? Stylistically, thematically, all that, right? These two particular artists, let's look at them. They're not bravado rappers. They don't speak highly of themselves that often on record. And to a lot of us, especially who grew up in our era, you know what I mean? Rap was about that cathartic feeling of like rapping along like you that dude. You know what I mean? And so you wanted to hear those songs, those bars where you're like, yeah, I'm that dude. Like motherfuckers ain't fucking with me. Like I'll fucking do whatever to you.
That was a part of the package.
Right. That's not the type of artist that Kendrick or Andre 3000 are. You know what I mean? So do you think that is, I'm talking specifically to Dini because he has a problem with both of these artists.
Yo.
Do you think that's part, you don't? I'm lying?
Nah, like, you know what it is? I respect Andre 3000 as a artist. But it's just when like niggas start throwing him into the bar conversation, bro. Like as far as like, yo, when you think of the top barsmith, like I just like.
But that's what I'm saying. What do you consider bars? Does it have to be like a level of bravado in the bars for you to? Because you'll say shit like, you know, you say all the time, nobody is reciting an Andre 3000.
I haven't heard it yet,
and it might be because Andre 3000 doesn't make verses and doesn't spit bars that give you that cathartic feeling of I'm the man. That's not his style.
But it don't, because I don't think most Def spits at you like I'm the man. I don't think Talib Kweli comments spit at you like I'm the man. It's just a different packaging. Like it's funny because like sidebar, there was a little clip of Trevor Noah bumping into Busta Rhymes.
Right.
And he knew Party Over Here. Yeah. Word for word, bro. Yep. And you instantly jumped into my mind because I'm like, this nigga knows Party Over Here. That's probably not even a top 10 Busta hit. You know what I'm saying?
Legendary. Who you want to talk about? You say we only talk about Kendrick Lamar and Hov. Who you want to talk about?
They talking?
Go ahead.
No, but I just don't know anybody ever said, yo, that Andre verse. Even when they do say that Andre verse, they give that big up to his shit that he did with Kanye not too long ago. No one ever recites the verse. No one picks a bar out of the shit. It was like, that bar hit you. You walked away. What's the walk away bar from Andre 3000, bro? What's the key bar? You're like, nah, this nigga got it. What is it? What's the walkaway bar? Even again, Avengers like the sweetest joint next to getting pussy. You can take that. And nobody knows the lyrics but me. And I don't even know them shit. So I just goes to show you. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody knows the bars.
One for the money, two for the show a couple of years ago on Handlin' and the Low. was the start of something good.
Then he came ready. He knew you was going to try this shit again.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna make you a playlist, Reed.
You be the first one.
I'm gonna make all of y'all
recite Andre 3000 verse. Yo, nobody ever spits elevators. I never hear y'all niggas do bombs over Baghdad. Like even the hits, niggas don't know them. All I hear is forever, forever, ever, forever, ever. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Nobody knows this nigga's lyrics, bro. Like how it makes no sense to me.
But you can't penalize people for that.
I
forgot what I said yesterday.
You know what I mean?
Okay, but I can.
It's some songs that hit more than others, but that doesn't make
this nigga been
song.
rapping since '92, bro. Nobody knows a verse. Stop it, Baylor. Stop it, bro. If I said give me a Pac verse right now, you can give me a Pac verse. No, if I said give me a Biggie verse, you give me a Biggie verse. If I told Mace give me a Wayne verse, he'll have a Wayne verse for me, bro.
It's a fact.
Sin has looked me in the face and said Andre 3000 is basically on the same level as Nas. You said that, bro. But you don't know none of this nigga's music.
I said he belongs in a lyricist conversation.
Not with Nas.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Why? Because
as a musician, he don't even got a solo album. Stop it. Like
we're not talking about solo albums. I'm just saying as a musician.
As a musician. Where's the song that you be like, I gotta hear this. This one gets me through it. And I'm sure if you're from Atlanta, you probably could do that with Andre 3000. I'm talking about all the New York niggas that be like, yo, Andre 3 Stacks. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, for the hits, I dig it. I love Hey Ya. Hey Ya to me is one of the best records because it's entertaining.
To this day, Southern Playalistic, I play that shit on heavy rotation, bro.
But you don't know none of the bars. That's my point. You see what I'm saying? Like if I put any Nas song on, you'll know the bars.
Nas is my favorite. He's my favorite rapper of all time.
But you say a nigga that you like is on the same level as your favorite rapper all time.
That's me being objective, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I can objectively say Andre 3000 deserves his flowers as a lyricist.
Roses really smell
even if he's not my favorite. He's not my favorite.
Yeah. Just where's it at, bro?
Chat, fellas, I gotta cut out, yo. I gotta cut out.
All right, Mace.
John in the joint, Nas over. Yo, Macito, you already know, my brother.
Chat.
John said Nas over 3K 10 times out of 10. Talk about it, John. Like I was just wild to me. And to watch Trevor Noah know the whole Busta Rhymes shit, bro. Party over here. Not put your hands in my eyes can see. Not even this shit with Janet Jackson, bro. None of not scenario. Party over here.
He's a super fan of Busta, so that's.
I respect it. I'm just saying, like I haven't encountered.
If we meet an Andre super fan, I guarantee you they'll let off all types of.
I've bumped into a few. All I get is forever, forever, ever, forever, ever. But we can proceed, bro.
Anyway, Adriel Green with the super chat. I'm not sure if we got to this. Big got more verses in his 4 active years than Andre 3000 has in his whole career. So if Andre is that high, then Big can keep his top 5 spot.
Yeah.
Andre's not in the top 10, not on this list.
No, I think he's like 12 or something.
He's 12, bro.
12. And we talked about that on the last episode. They put him above the God Rakim. That's crazy to me. And he's about to break the wall, bro.
Like just shit like that. That's what I'm saying. Shit like that just has me. I'm just really scratching my head. Like how, bro? How?
Nah, because
But did they ever discuss the criteria though?
Yeah.
If they
very soulful artist, man. Very soulful artist. But when it comes to bars, he's not the nigga. He don't register for me in like the top 20 niggas when I think of like rap bars, bro. Like some niggas know how to put things in a certain way.
Top 20
rap bars all time.
Top 20?
You put him above Ice Cube?
Bars?
You put him up. Answer the yes or no, bro. Is he better lyrically than Ice Cube to you? Ice Cube was what, 18? I think Ice Cube was. Or 13, some shit like that.
Ice Cube was 18. He was 18.
Ice Cube is known in the West Coast as having one of the hardest catalogs hip hop has ever made, bro. He's like God out there in the West Coast.
He should be closer to the top 10. I agree.
Is he? Do you think Andre 3000 is better than him lyrically? Has made better rap albums than him? No. So what the fuck is he doing at number 12, bro?
again,
number 12 is high, and Big Boy was nowhere to be found, right?
No.
The whole 50?
So now Andre 3000
that's
was light years better than Big Boy too, apparently, right?
So this is where I will agree with Jarv in saying that the gap between, I do think Andre 3000 has an element that to me makes him slightly better than Big Boy, but the gap is not that wide. Pause. It's just it's not to have him not only in the top 50 but in the top 15, and then Big Boy is nowhere to be found. That is just utterly disrespectful.
And I hate to talk about him like this because like when these arguments happen, sometimes you can like damn near dog out a person that you actually appreciate. You know what I'm saying? Right. When it comes to making music, Andre makes amazing music. You know what I'm saying? But we're not talking about just making music. We're talking about the bars. Like if I cut the beats off in the back and I'm just playing some 3 stacks, like it's gonna hit me like a Nas, like a Hove. You know what I'm saying? Rakim. It's gonna hit like those niggas. You know what I'm saying? Biggie. I just don't think so. I just don't think so.
Not on the level of like putting yourself, because again, like to us growing up, it's almost like rappers were superheroes. You know what I mean? We wanted to be in their shoes and say what they said and say it how they said it with that bravado, with our whole chest out. You know what I mean?
You don't remember the message? How that shit just punch you in your chest?
I do. But what I'm saying is that look at Andre, look at the person he is. That he's just like walking in the street like a regular dude with fucking overalls playing a flute. Like
he don't want the fame. I respect it.
He doesn't. You know what I mean? That's not in it. It's not in his heart. It's not his personality. You know what I mean? To make bars that make you want to like, throw hands or like make you poke your chest out. That's not what we want. But that in and of itself, I don't think should be held against him.
Penalize him.
Right. When it comes to like the actual pen. You know what I mean? The actual writing. Not only the lyric writing, the songwriting. You know what I mean?
I think a lot of it.
One more question for Sin before I drop this entire subject. One more question for Sin. At any point in Andre 3000's career, you think he's been on the same, like lyrically on the same bar wise, like a pun?
No.
So do you think Pun and Nas is somewhere on the same level too?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Baylor, what you were saying?
I want to say I think it's perspective, because I think a lot of it is done with Eminem. The fact that the man is talented, but I think he gets that extra point or that extra notch because he's white. But he just so happened to be dope and white, right?
Right.
So they give him that. I think they look at Andre the same way. You know what I mean? Like he's different. Some people say he raps like he's from, or he's barred like he's from the East Coast, but he has this Southern foundation to him. Yeah. So I think because he doesn't sound like too many classic Southern artists, and he chooses to be different, which a lot of people try to be different every day in their own lives. I think they view him just like almost as a myth as well.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not hard to see why they picked Eminem. Like I probably like root for M the most at the table, but this shit is blasphemy. At the end of the day, like rap Grammys, best rap album Grammys. So I think the closest person to that on the list is probably Kanye, like number 4. So he's like, when you look at it like that, like when in like 50 years, when they look at the numbers, bro, like some niggas will make an argument that this nigga's like the greatest rapper who picked up the mic.
The accolades is one thing. I don't really put too much. I can't put too much stock in that because Nash got MVPs.
But he don't got best rap albums of the year though. Like best rap album, bro. That's a big deal.
He got one now.
Yeah, he got a Grammy. Yeah,
one.
He got his Grammy.
What I'm saying is sometimes the perspective, or sometimes he was just happened to be it was at the right time in the right place for him to win.
And the culture got to accept you too, bro. Like
we saw who K-Dot lost like
that. Yeah.
All right. Mad Max has been sitting here for a minute. He said he played If These Walls Could Talk to his shorty. She told him to turn that bullshit off and damn near slapped him. That song is whack.
She said, if this shit could turn off. Damn it, man.
That's cool. Just go to swimming pools next time. You'll be all right.
Yeah, man.
Should have went to that recipe, bro. You can't really mess with Loyalty. That's a hit. That's just a hit.
Let me know, chat. Let me know if I missed any of your there's been a lot of people in and out of the chat looking for trying to check for the super chats. Let me know if I missed yours.
Let me ask y'all a question. I don't think I've ever asked a person from the East Coast this question. When y'all do listen to West Coast music, like how do y'all receive the music? Are y'all listening to it for that particular sound, or do y'all just really like that type of artist?
Good music's good music, bro. I don't say I listen to Pac because I just want some West Coast funk today. I listen to Pac because Pac got heat. Like I don't listen to Nas. I'm like, I want to hear some New York funk. New York is probably my go-to anyway, but I just want to hear some great MCs. So when I pop in Rakim, when I pop in like Escobar, when I pop in Hove, Big, Pop, like fucking Face Mob. It's like, and it's not just the New York bias thing, because there's so many great artists from all over the place. You know what I'm saying? I fucks with T.I. back when T.I. was on his great run. You know what I'm saying? Like, great music is great music, bro. Like, the only place I can't accept if it's great music is like if they got like them crazy, crazy accents. No disrespect to none of my British folks, you know what I'm saying, my blokes, but it's really hard for me to listen to niggas rapping with that accent. Other than that, bro, good music is good music to me. It's not just a region. It just happens that most of my regional shit comes from NYC. Mm-hmm. But I grew up on Caribbean music, bro, so you asking the right and the wrong person at the same time.
To me, West Coast music is summertime music. I mean,
that's why I asked the question.
It's summertime all year round over there, bro.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Exactly. It stands to figure. You know what I mean? There's something bright about it. It always kind of feels celebratory somehow. You know what I mean? And there's always like in terms of like the mixing and the instrumentation, like there's always it's layered, and then like the mixing is so pristine. You know what I mean? But being from New York, and you know what I mean, it gets cold here. It be snowing here and shit. It's not always summertime over here. You know what I mean? So like, I also need that Timberland music, that gritty music for those gritty ass days here in New York. You know what I mean? Nice. I want those, like dusty drums that aren't mixed all the way right. You know what I mean? But it's still got that grit to it. Like it's to me that's where the West Coast music really like fits into my rotation is, you know what I mean? The weather's nicer. I'm gonna go out. I'll throw on Let Me Ride. Let Me Ride to me is like,
oh yeah,
probably my favorite Dre song of all time, because it's just like, it's just a good time. As soon as you throw it on in your headphones, you just like you're about to go out for a summertime day and
a vibe,
talk to some shorties, and you know what I mean, just have a good time all day long, even if you're by yourself. You know what I mean? Certain music just in your ears is an immediate good time. So,
okay. Like there was a West Coast artist. I think his name was Survive Third. You ever heard of him, Baylor?
Yeah.
And the first time I heard a song, I was like, nah, this shit is a groove. And I went back and listened to more shit. Like that's what I'm saying. If the first shit you hear is a groove, a vibe, and just a good sound, you're gonna go listen to more music from that person, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you shared what's the name of that dude? Boogie? Was it West Side Boogie? You shared some shit. I tapped in and I was like, yo, nah, this is some shit right here. Like to me, it's the feel of the music. Music's supposed to hit you, make you feel something. You know what I'm saying? It don't necessarily.
Well, the reason I ask is because when I'm just telling you from a West Coast standpoint, listening to the East Coast, we knew it was a greedy sound that y'all had, but we also understood the different sounds that I would get from an Onyx versus a Big, versus a Nas, versus a J, versus a Busta Rhymes, etc.
Facts.
At one point, I mean, you can charge the LAUSD with this education, but I didn't even know about the boroughs back then. I just thought y'all was all from New York. Y'all from New York. I didn't know anything about Staten Island, State and Park Hill. I didn't
Each
even know
borough got a
that.
different feel. I'm sure it's the same way in Cali. Bro, each town got a different feel, bro.
I'll let you in on a secret. We don't even know nothing about Staten Island over here. Nobody goes over there, bro.
It's a long lost land, bro. All we know is Wu-Tang Clan.
That's it.
And the ferry.
Yeah,
right. So when we listen, like we could hear the difference between each artist. We just knew y'all was from New York, and we could hear the different types of sounds. That's why when we did hear, when we heard, who was it? Damn, I just forgot. Mobb Deep and Little Kim. Oh my God.
Yes, sir.
And I'm talking about before Friday night, before the game. You know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas got it twisted. Loud.
Yeah.
We used to come out to Rough Riders Anthem.
Yeah.
Heavy. Good
heavy. Turn the lights off. Yes, absolutely. So my thing is but we knew what we was listening to the East Coast for. We was just listening to music. We love the shit. You know what I mean? But when it came to the West Coast, we knew that the sounds are totally different. And even within California, we have different sounds when it comes to the Bay Area. Hell, Compton and Long Beach sometimes do make different music from each other. But they also make music that mesh together. You know what I'm saying? Versus South LA, West LA. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that it's broken up like that, but you know, there's a difference between Inglewood, Compton, and Watts. You know what I'm saying? Hood wise. But I think when y'all hear that Cali accent, are y'all looking for the bounce? Like you said, you listen to it in the summertime. We listen to it all year round.
That bounce is crazy. Like them old Crip songs, with the badass and the cocaine type dudes singing, harmonizing in the background.
So when Sincere bring up the summer, I know what type of music you're talking about. But guess what? Nip don't really have summer music like that.
Right.
You know so?
Right.
Nah. When you listen to Blue Laces, when you listen to Double Up, that's
Racks in the middle definitely gives me a summer
content
feel.
Wise, and here's what I think, because I think content wise, it's not all summertime music. You know what I mean? In terms of the content and themes. But I think the sonics always feel like summertime to me. You know what I mean? Something in the instrumentation, something in, even if it's a sample, something the way the sample is mixed, something about how the sample is mixed or how it's layered with other elements. You add that synthy, that synthy like high pitched shit.
Yeah.
As soon as I hear that, I'm like, oh, that's that West Coast shit. Makes me think about, you know, sun is out, it's 75, 80 degrees immediately. You know what I mean? Even if you're talking about some gangbanging shit, even if you're talking about, you know, I didn't have a good day today, right? But if I hear the Sonics always sound bright and sunny.
Heavy.
You know
That's the way I felt about Nipsey Hussle joint. Check Me Out. Remember Check Me Out?
Yes,
This
absolutely.
Nipsey Hussle,
That's on
that
Prince.
Sound like summer music, exactly.
But here's the thing, though, because we are year round, but I listen to it ain't hard to tell versus Double Up versus a Slippin'. That's all in the same time period. All that,
all different.
Those three songs, different years, give me the same type of feeling. Don't matter if you from LA, you know, Yonkers or whatever.
Yeah.
No, it don't matter. It's the same feeling that I get from that track. I don't care about the cadence. I don't care about a nigga barking in the background. None of that. it's the song itself. So that's why I asked, are y'all looking for a certain sound? Because we just don't make we just don't make music that you dance to. We got shit. When I think of Nas, I think of Dark Liquor. You know what I'm saying? I think of Cigar. I think of the curtains.
Mobb Deep definitely Dark Liquor.
Yeah.
What I mean by that, and all right, I might switch it up. I'm a wine guy myself. I don't really like drinking like hard liquor like that. But I think of something like Smooth, Cigar, Curtains, Backseat, Window a little bit down, Sprinkling, and shit like that. That's how I look at Nas.
Bailing out the ambiance set, man.
Yeah, no. I set it up, but this is the respect that I have for each and all my artists. And I know they different. I know this dude is from Queens. I know this dude is from Compton, but they still make music. And I'm not looking for a certain sound, just looking for certain bars that they created with their persona. You know what I'm saying? So you could snatch K-Dot down and bring him down towards 7, 8, 9, 10 spot. But how y'all look at Nas that's how we look at K-Dot. You know what I mean? Because the artists that we had before then it's like we had a fall off moment. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't have a strong artist. That's why we invested so much love into the game when he first came out. It was such a huge thing that he became a part of G Unit, because 50 was the biggest thing out.
Yeah.
And the G Unit. And to hear about this West Coast cat who I didn't even know about, just randomly popped up, I'm like, damn, we needed that. But I'm telling you right now, that's how I separated everybody, but it was just mutual love. So yeah, y'all could have Nas, y'all can put Nas at number one. Me personally, if a nigga put a gun to my head and say you absolutely got to pick a number one spot for the all-time rap artist, I'm gonna say Nas to be safe. Nas is like hip hop purist. That's why the shit is so pure. That's why a lot of people gravitate to Nas. I think that's why a lot of people gravitate to Kendrick, because he's a cool uncle. I think Nas is the cool uncle. Like he don't age. You know what I'm saying? And he's just one of those cats that's gonna tell you something, and you may not get it right then and there, but it's gonna stick with you.
Yeah, and I also wanted to make a point, and I think it's almost 7:30. This has been running for 2 hours now, so we might wrap up soon. But I did want to make a point similar to what Baylor just said. That certain artists say shit that you may not get right now, you may not even want to hear right now. You know what I mean? And I think with a lot of people, I know that the chat is, and our audience is full of, Nas fans, but there's a lot of people out there that be like, yo, get that Nas, take that Nas shit off. Like, I ain't trying to hear all that. You know what I mean?
That was a little segment. That was.
And I feel like, certain artists like Nas and like Kendrick, they're, they'll talk about shit that a lot of people don't want to hear about in the moment. And we just talked about, like, we for several minutes now, we talked about like the type of shit that music makes us feel when we're listening to it, like the sun, cigars, like, curtain open, all this shit. You know what I mean? And who's coming in? Oh, Job again. Yo, what up, Job? And so I think with, especially with the Kendrick, the projects that you guys don't like To Pimp a Butterfly, motherfuckers don't want to hear that. No, people don't want to feel that. You know what I mean? Like, people want to hear music to make them feel something that they want to feel, and sometimes they're confronted with some music that makes them feel something they don't want to feel, or think about something they don't want to think about, and they'd be like, no, turn that shit off.
Facts.
I think Nas suffered from that for some time too. You know what I mean? He was talking about a lot of shit that people didn't feel like listening to, or hearing about, or thinking about, or feeling. You know what I mean? Whereas, somebody like Jay, you know what I mean? He's always gonna please the crowd. You know what I mean? Always, 100%. That's gonna be his number one. Like, how can I deliver what
the people want to feel?
People want to feel and want to hear and want to see. You know what I mean? And sometimes certain artists like a Kendrick or Nas are gonna verge off there and be like, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing because I feel I need to get this off my chest. And that's not always gonna connect with all, with the audiences, right? John, what up, man?
I just don't understand why people sell short the fact that Jay makes people think about things or makes them feel a certain kind of way too. Like, it's always this low-hanging fruit that he's gonna get the popular crowd or the popular opinion to sway his way. Like, Jay be saying some real shit too that niggas fuck with. You know what I mean?
444 was his attempt at that too.
I think we got. What you mean? Blueprint home?
No, I think we got used to Jay stunting early on though. You got
a lot of niggas wanted to stunt, so it felt great hearing that, bro.
Even with the stunting, it was always gems, bro. Like, I don't understand.
But they seen the stunting. They didn't hear the gems.
I might piss Jarv off here for a second, but he kept it on such a surface level where it didn't go too deep.
You think so?
I don't think he said it himself. He had to dumb down his music.
Yeah, I get that, but it's like you don't always have to get fucking 3-dimensional to say some shit that niggas relate to. Like for niggas to always jokingly say there's a whole bar for every aspect of life. That means that he was talking some shit that was relatable. It don't always have to be some fucking artois or some deep shit with a platinum blonde wig.
You're giving his fan base too much credit. Everybody is not as intelligent or patient.
Right. But hear me out. Relatable.
I'm not. Now hold on, Sen. It's not even a matter of too much credit. Y'all, to me, y'all have gotten so comfortable placing Jay-Z fans in a box that I can hear Baylor say some shit like give his fan base too much credit. In real time, whole fans was really fucking with a lot of the shit he was saying. Young niggas like myself outside and I wasn't no braggadocious ass nigga, but he was saying some shit that I was feeling and I felt that shit. So like, what you mean by that now? Like that's crazy.
No. It's not crazy. It's not crazy. That's life, nigga. You could understand that, but the rest of the niggas down the block didn't. They seen the button downs he wore in the club, and they did the same thing, and they continue to try to do the same thing. Now niggas is trying to buy paintings, and they don't even know what the fuck art is because your man
influential man.
What y'all niggas try to do is try to generalize the 5 niggas y'all argue with on Twitter as the whole fucking fan base. Get the fuck out of here, Baylor.
No. You the one that's complaining about the people not understanding the GMs.
I'm speaking on the bullshit you just said about his fans. Nah, that's bullshit. Y'all niggas argue with 5 niggas. Y'all niggas argue with 5 niggas and try to generalize the whole fan base. That's crazy to me.
I think.
How does that work? Who's right and who's wrong? Are you complaining about the niggas that in his fan base not catching his gems?
I'm complaining to the three niggas on the podcast that I just rejoined saying some shit that's not 100% accurate. Specifically you, Baylor.
I think
your man said himself he wanted to rap like Common.
I think what
he
Jay
said what he said, and he still said shit that niggas felt, whether rich, fly, or broke.
Listen, I think where Jay found success is that he found the relatable shit that he knew his fans wanted to relate to. You know what I mean? There's certain artists that will say real shit, realer shit than Jay, but the listeners in the fan base are not as open to hearing certain shit.
They don't say it like Jay either, though.
But that's the type of shit that Sin be doing too. Like, what you mean say realer shit? What makes it realer? The nigga living it or the nigga in his fucking window?
What makes it realer is the deeper breakdown of things. You know what I mean?
Which is need a deeper breakdown. Why? Let's talk about that.
Because
don't get argumentative, Sid. I'm asking a question. Why does it need a deeper breakdown? Why can't a nigga just say some real shit? Yeah, that's ill. Why does it need a deeper breakdown?
Because why not? Like why shouldn't we peel back layers? Why should we only look at the top layer and be like, this is how it is, and this is how we need to react to it? You know what I mean? Where if you peel back a few layers, you might find out why shit is the way it is and possibly find another way in life.
I mean, I think what you're saying. But it's
you know what I mean? So what I'm saying is like a Nas will peel back more layers than a Jay. And a Jay.
See, every artist is different. There's no protocol that says that Jay-Z has to do what Nas does.
He doesn't.
Has to do what Big does. Bumpy has to do what Pimp C does. Everybody delivers a message different.
I'm not saying one is better than the other. I'll tell you what I prefer.
I'm not even on that.
I'll tell you what I prefer, but I'm just saying that and you know, I'm actually kind of giving Jay props a little backhandedly, but I'm still giving him props.
No, I love backhandedly. That nigga is not low. But like y'all want a certain type of rap, and the thing is, and that's the biggest gripe that I have with you, because when niggas say you a fake Nas fan, all them niggas in the chat can fuck out of here, because it be these kind of conversations where we get heated, because it's like we looking at the space from diametrically opposed perspectives. I don't think our artist needs to peel back the layers to say some shit that lands and it sticks in the moment. Like we joke about coke rap all the time. We don't need 3-dimensional coke rap to feel that shit. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes it works, sometimes it don't work.
But Pusha gives us 3-dimensional coke rap, bro. And we love Pusha for it.
Sometimes he does. Sometimes he just says some coke rap shit and we love it.
Sometimes Jeezy says one line and it hits them.
He breaks down cocaine like it's possible.
Bill was arguing for Tupac earlier. What the fuck Snoopy rapping about? So what we talking about here?
Snoopy rapping about life.
Snoopy rapping fucking jingles. His bars ain't hard like that.
Double G, you see?
Come on, bro.
You talked about
they do
it.
When
I think of Snoop, I think of chilling, smoking.
Yeah,
like,
I don't think Snoop is deep like that.
But it's not. Now, I don't go to Snoop for like. I mean, Murder Was the Case, sure, but.
Ove had gems on Reasonable, Volume 1, Blueprint.
Every album. Every album.
Look,
I kept feeding the dollars till that shit started to make sense, man.
When the average fan base from the Jay-Z camp want to listen to him, they listen to him because they want to know what he bought.
That's cap, bro.
All right.
Now you just sound like an LA nigga who ain't never been here.
No, I'm with you.
No, you're not at all.
I'm not with them. Those are the ones that's listening to the gym. No, because
you on the other side.
Yeah, I think I might have missed a super chat from Mad Max earlier. He said the thing with Big in his music lasted longer than M and Kendrick. Biggie got songs still playing in spots and events from the time he was born till now. Yeah, that's very real.
It lasts with you, man.
Eminem over Biggie is wild. I don't know if y'all spoke about that, but
we talked about it. Out of line, man.
Obviously, personally, I feel that's trash. But it's hard to objectively argue for placing Biggie much higher than this if he only had 2 albums.
Can I say?
And his career, his official discography career was 3 years.
Hold on.
It's crazy.
Hold up. Dini, come here, Dini. Come here, bro. Now, I know you're not playing the discography card with Big when we talk about 3 Stacks on this podcast.
You missed that too.
And he's in the top 20?
Yo, top 15 actually with no classic.
You might have missed where I actually agreed with you. Because Big Boy is nowhere to be found in the whole 50.
Blasphemy.
And Andre is what 12? Like
12, bro. He's above Rakim.
I feel there's a gap there where Andre's slightly better.
Jarvis,
but it's not that wide. It's not that crazy. That's super. That's probably the most disrespectful thing in the whole list.
Is Eminem Larry Bird, Jarvis?
In what sense?
I hope Isaiah Thomas. I'm saying.
Is he like? Now he's not a Larry Bird, because then who's Magic? If he's Larry, he had the game on his back like Larry and Magic did. Nah,
I'm just asking.
Nah,
I'm asking.
To 95% of his fan base, he might be Larry.
If Eminem was light skinned, would he be in that top 10?
No.
The resonation, bro. The culture don't embrace him. You know what I'm saying?
Because the people always run to the stats when they come to. And I saw it in the chat too. They always run to the stats. But who's buying those albums? Yeah. Not us.
I'm gonna drop a hot take real quick. I think Billboard. The way this looks to me, I think Billboard wanted Kendrick at number 1, and then Vibe stepped in and was like, "Nah, we're not putting Kendrick number 1."
Well, Billboard,
it's got to be Jay. Vibe talked some sense into Billboard and say, "Nah, Jay got to be number 1."
Jay just won a lawsuit.
Billboard won Kendrick at 1.
I think we swap out K-Dot, man. Jay right where he belonged. They should have moved Nas up a spot.
Jay and Nas at 1 and 2 would have been like
classic.
Yo, K-Dot, we already know what it is, baby. You're not married and you just didn't win a lawsuit. We know what it is, K-Dot. It's all right, K-Dot.
Like I told me, they should have been holding
you know what's crazy? As big of a Kendrick fan as I am, that West Coast connection Baylor has, I'm never gonna have that. The way he's giving for Kendrick right now is way more than I do.
The lake and joint on.
K-Dot, K-Dot, we know what it is, K-Dot. Don't worry about it.
Oh, man.
Like I said on the last episode, the top 4 for me will always be Nas, Hov, Big, Pac. We can always argue about the order, but for me, that's the 4 To me, every list starts at 5. The 4 is those 4, and we could talk about the order however you want to place that order. Marcos was crying in the chat about whatever. The order is whatever you want that order to be, but the 4 is the 4, in my opinion.
Right, but then the problem comes in where there's going to be a backlash saying, from younger generations, like, yo, why are these lists always, motherfuckers from the 90s? You know what I mean?
Because they ain't get better than them.
I mean, you know what I mean? At some point, we got to let the Kendricks in, and the like.
Kendrick and Cole, Aubrey to a lesser degree. They in the conversation, but they ain't better than. To me, all right. The younger cats, they wasn't there, but we are in that sweet spot in all of our ages where we're not super old and angry yet. We were able to experience the primes of let's say the 4 that we named, and then the 3. Kendrick, Cole, Aubrey. Can y'all say decisively that the new 3 at any point, at the peak of their powers, were better than our 4 at the peak of their powers? Definitively?
No.
Can't do it.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Baylor, go ahead, Baylor. Go cause some trouble now, Baylor. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm agreeing. But I would say if anybody is close, it's definitely K-Dot.
Okay.
Kendrick is the closest one. I'll give you that, Sin. Kendrick is the closest one. But Cole is right there.
Yo, Deanie, I think Kendrick is on his way to the Hall of Fame, and it's only halftime.
Wow.
As long as he don't wait 5-6 more years to drop an album, he'll be all right.
There goes Deanie.
But who rushing him though?
There goes Deanie. Deanie's always rushing him.
If the fans ain't rushing you, then they don't want it, bro.
Yo, Deanie, you can't rush the hate.
That's crazy. Hold on, your man took a 5-year break from hip hop, and ain't nothing changed. In fact, shit got better. We don't talk about that.
Hey, bro. And they still scared of him.
He putting Absol on a pedestal.
And the world.
Kendrick gets lashes.
He's not the face of hip hop. Yo,
Deanie, explain
across the back.
Yo, explain this though.
Not the face of hip hop.
Explain this though.
It's not fair, man.
For a cat that's quote unquote hard to understand, right? And you have to break down all his bars on YouTube, and he don't come out that often. Getting still, everybody stops and listen to when he drops something. Is that not true?
Yeah. Like I said,
if he drop a visual, it's like when Michael Jackson dropped Thriller. When
it comes to hip hop purists, he would be.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah, we go. Like we there. We there.
Thriller's a bit much.
You
jumped out the window.
Baylor was so close, bro. He just took the shovel in his brother.
Baylor just smoked the layup, bro.
Yeah. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I missed that layup. I ain't gonna lie. I missed.
Adriel Green says Jarvis right. The top 4 though. About the top 4 though, that's damn near written in stone. Mount Rushmore for real is Nas, Jay, Big, and Pac in any order.
No question.
I'm with that.
Hey, who the other cat? Marco? Tell Marco I'll be back.
Marco,
while y'all here, remember, Ease and the Rap Roundtable are collaborating real soon. Episode 65.
Look out for that.
Look out for that. It's gonna be some shit.
It's about to be 8 o'clock.
Oh, hey, look, and since I got y'all here so y'all can't run, the names that I put in the chat, when will I get feedback? I don't get any feedback from y'all.
Hey, listen, we be busy, bro. We got you.
No. I'll need you to speak for them.
I gave you some feedback today, good brother. I gave you some feedback today. That should count for something.
That's it? Man, y'all child support.
I big up like 4 or 5 West Coast artists.
This is bad. I give y'all an assignment, and then y'all get back when y'all can get back. No, man, that's not how it works. This is why West Coast
last year, bro.
No, this is why we be upset. Because y'all be acting light skinned and not returning text messages.
Damn it, man.
Hey, now I gotta side with the South. I see what the South be talking about.
Wow.
Don't do it, bro. Don't do it, bro. Stay on this side. It's comfy over here.
Yo, man, the only thing that's keeping this friendship together is that Mace like Pop. That's it. That's it. It's sincere like K-Dot.
Sin loves the West Coast. That should count for something, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Look, man, I'm ahead up out of here. I appreciate the invite again. It feels
yes,
like
sir.
Home. Yeah, man, y'all just feel
family,
like
bro.
Distant cousins, man. Them cousins that we only see on Thanksgiving. We all come back into Granny's house high.
Believe that, I got it.
Yeah, but like I said, before I get off of here, Jason Cash from Carson, Nana from the district, from the Crenshaw.
I'm gonna write it down. Hold on. Jason Cash,
Nana,
Rucci from Inglewood.
That's ROO or RU?
RUCCI.
Copy.
He's cuz.
Huh?
He's cuz?
Nah.
No. 2 C's.
2 C's.
Flaming.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to check it out?
And then we got Airplane James. He's from my parts of town, from the east side.
Airplane James. That sounds dope. I like that name.
Airplane James.
We will do our homework, Baylor. Believe me.
And you know what?
Yes, sir.
Don't have me call cap on y'all. I want y'all, when y'all with y'all significant others, I want you to throw on that Jason Cash and then FaceTime me. Because I feel like y'all be feeling the music, but then don't want to tell us. You know what I'm saying? Talking about, she said turn it off.
There's somebody in the chat say cut that shit off.
Yeah.
Turn that shit off.
Real quick, Mad Max with another super chat. Shall see you again. He said, LOL, is Cole, Dot, and Drake even the 5 of the 80s? In Rakim, LL, Kane, Slick Rick, and KRS. Honorable mention to G.O.A.T. I mean,
that's a powerful 5 right
We're
there.
not prepared to answer that now.
That's gonna run a little bit long.
Niggas gotta go home.
Facts. I'm getting hungry.
The gig still.
Stomach grumbling and shit.
And when y'all think Against All Odds, Bomb First, and Hit 'Em Up, what y'all think?
Classics.
Okay.
Legendary shit.
What you think, bro?
I mean, hit 'em up.
I get angry.
I'm always be petty and say Hit 'Em Up is overrated. 10 out of 10 times.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. Sometimes
10 out of 10 times I will be petty and not give that song any credit whatsoever.
Pop dropped his jewels, man.
Hey, sometimes I be in the jacuzzi and I be playing New York, New York. It's such a vibe.
It's a vibe, man.
It's a vibe, man.
Oh man. All right. I think we're gonna get up out of here though.
Ambitions as a writer.
Yeah. I mean, look, we could go on for days with podcast.
Troublesome 96 though.
Shit, I'll go as far as what's that? The Men the Broken Wings shit with RL.
Come on, man.
These broken wings.
Yeah,
heat, man. That song was fire, Sin.
Hey, Jar, do Jay got a Who Do You Believe? He ain't got one of those.
That's not his style.
And that's all right. That's
not what he does.
No, I'm just asking. I just asked a question. Why you getting all hostile? Look,
Bella, do you believe?
Hostile. You just trying to trap me. I already.
It's over the dog, man.
No, Born Gifted said, nah, so it's been 27 years. Fuck that shit. Hit 'Em Up was whack. Overrated.
Oh, shit.
Thank you for saying it.
Hey, John, watch this. I ain't mad at you. Hey.
That's why I fuck your bitch, you. Oh, man. Still one of the greatest intros, though.
Oh, shit.
Shout out, man. I love y'all, man. I'm up out of here, though.
Yo, Baylor, be good, brother.
Hey, you can't spell hip-hop without the West Coast.
That's okay.
Actually, I can, but
I mean, I thought about it for a second. I was like, what does that mean? Like, what?
Yeah, we're being biased,
real quick, before we dip out of here, I don't know if y'all said this at the top, but I'm gonna say it. Rest in peace to True Goy.
Yeah, De La Soul, man.
De La Soul, man. Too early again. Legendary group. Legend from a legendary group, and just
didn't even get to see the streaming joint, Sin.
Oh man, March 3rd. I'm gonna need everybody in the chat. If you fuck with us, if you fuck with me, run up every single De La album and song that comes out on streaming March 3rd.
Write it up.
So long overdue. It's fucking tragic that this catalog has not been able to to hit the streams because of some industry bullshit and politics. So when it finally comes out, do right by Plug 2, run all that shit up. You know what I mean? Rest in peace to Dave, bro.
R.I.P.
Shout out. Danny, take us home, bro.
Yo, y'all know who y'all rocking with, man. Shout out to Macito. He had the dip. Jaw pull back up. Happy to have him. Shout out to Sensei, the rap snob. Shout out to the homie Baylor for pulling up on us. Always a pleasure. I'm Dean, the balance of the force. With our powers combined, we are the rap round table, and we're out of here.
Dean, you're fired.
I've been up since 9 yesterday, nigga.
All right, y'all. Salute.
Yo,